Hello, ANRLA viewers, and today we will talk over the D1 points picture. So here today, we're to talk about the playoff picture, and yeah, for D1, because we are entering 5 races to go in this season. Right now we are at 6 to go. 2 weeks from now we will be in Kansas, and we will be taking an off week for D1, including D2. It's going to be an off week for ANRLA, but let's kick off. Let's go to the bottom. We're going to start from the bottom up to the top. Well, no, let's do the opposite. Let's start from the top all the way down to the bottom. So let's go. Right now, the championship leader, points leader, entering right now, going into Kansas, is Die Hard, the rookie. He is up by 29 points over Wild, second place. He is plus 131 over the cut line, and he will be right now on track to get those extra 10 playoff points awarded to the regular season champion, the points leader at the end of the season. So, yeah, right now, he is plus 131. He can lock in after, Darlington, I think. Yeah, Darlington. But if he lights the world on fire in that Kansas race, sweeps everything, he will probably be locked in. Unless the under the cut line has a really good race as well. But yeah, I see he's going to lock in at Darlington. Unless he has 2 really bad weeks and he'll have to wait. So let's move down to Wild. Wild, he is easily one of the hangovers that has not won yet. One of the veteran drivers. So, yeah, he is plus 102. He's second place, and right now he's pretty good over Walla. I think he has a 19 points gap to Walla. So, plus 102. He can log in at Darlington if he can have a really good next 2 weeks. But right now, he is on track to lock in after Charlotte. But, yeah, that's all for him. So, let's move on to Walla. Walla plus 1 over GHT. The battle for third in points is heating up. GHT's been on a hot streak. He's been really freaking consistent this season. Just quiet all season long. So, yeah, let's focus on Walla. We'll go to GHT next, but Walla plus 83 over the cut line. So, yeah, Walla, he can lock in after at least Chicagoland, including with GHT. They're both in the same boat, but Walla, he's won 3 races this season. The most probably dominant driver since last season, since Fishy, Austin Vance, Wild, VM, those 5, and now he's the only one that's by himself at 3 wins. But right now, nobody's running him down. Everybody else is either 1 win or unless, yeah. After that Fishy win at Talladega, that was his first race back ever since Daytona when he got parked. But we're going to go down to him here later. So, yeah, we'll move on from Walla now, but he's been pretty much quiet all season long as well. Now with GHT, he's been, as I said, he's been quiet. Consistently quiet. But he is the worst on stage points all season long. He's been the worst, in my opinion. He needs to improve on that going into the playoffs. If he wants to go after trying to make the championship 4, it's going to have to matter on stage points. So, yeah, he is not going to go far without stage points. But he's managed to get those good finishes. That's why he's up there in 4th right now. Otherwise, he probably would not be there if he did not have good finishes. Or he did not have good stage points. But right now, he's not very good at stage points. But, I mean, Talladega was a show from him, but it wasn't very good. It has not been very good for him. So now Cam, pretty much the hottest driver in the league right now. He's in 5th. He is roared up from all the way from 8th in points to 5th in less than a matter of a few races. So Cam, 98 plus 57, and right now, he is getting there to the top guys right now. It's just the top 4. Well, it's necessarily second down to 4th that are battling in points. Because Die Hard just ran away with the points. So, yeah, I promise this time I will post the points. I have not post the points. I'm lazy on that. But I promise I will do it this time. I will do it the first thing. So, yeah, Cam, he has one win this season. He won at Atlanta. If you did not see that last lap crash with Wild. But, yeah, that was Cam's second career win in ANRLA. So let's move on to Vince. Vince is not racing a while. He's not raced since Atlanta. He's 6th in points at 83. The most dominant driver all season long last season. He's only won 1 race this season, and he's at plus 42. His gap to the cut line keeps getting shorter and shorter the more races he misses. But unfortunately, he's just not been able to make the races. But I say, if he can make Kansas, he'll be up there. Because, yeah, so we're also going to talk about Kansas as well. But yeah, Vince, he is at plus 42 above the cut line. And we're going to move down to Nom, 7th in points. Nom, 73. He's been pretty good as well. He's been consistently quiet. Plus 32. He's 10 behind Vince. He's been getting there. He's still looking for that first win. He's been there, though. But we're not going to talk much about Nom because he's one of those few drivers there. He's not done anything controversial or anything yet. But yeah, he's one of those few rookies out there that have made some noise, but some just haven't made enough to really spark the spotlight. But he's plus 32 above the cut line. Then here's where everything else gets interesting. Airy, after Talladega, pops above the cut line. He's now plus 3 over Hollow. And this is a spot. The top 8 make the playoffs. It's going to come down to Daytona, guys. It's going to really come down to Daytona. But yeah, Aries, he's not made much noise after what happened to Talladega. He was mid-pack most of the race. He was usually behind the pack or out of the draft. But yeah, so now Hollow, he did not race Talladega, but he's just... I have no idea he's going to miss Kansas, I think. But yeah, Junior, he has 1 race win this season, Las Vegas. He's minus 4 at 40, and he has 1 win. He's trying to save his 1-win season from getting eliminated. So now Sonic at an 11th in points at 38. He's minus 6. And right now it's interesting. And he has the Roblox 300 win, and it's not looking good for him. Fishy, he won Talladega. He scored 33 points at Talladega somehow. When he probably had the worst car. He had to move to Vince's car because his car just did not go on restarts. And Vince's car went on restarts. So yeah, he's minus 11 right now. He's entered VM. He raced Bristol Dirt. Only scored 2 points that day. He's minus 42. Elliott, he's not scored any points this season. He's minus 44. So, we're going to move on to playoff points. Well, no, we're not going to do that because it's a landslide. Alright, now we're going to check the upcoming schedule. It's speedways, then we got road course, then we got Daytona. So here's the upcoming schedule. Kansas, Darlington, Charlotte, Chicagoland, Watkins Glen, and Daytona. We shortened up the schedule. So now we're getting closer to the playoffs. We're 6 races away. So it's going to be interesting to see what happens at Daytona. Knowing that we're going to have a bunch of drivers probably on the cut line. But in a few races' time, a few of these drivers are going to get locked in. If they can keep it up, like, above the cut line. So, yeah, that should be it. So now let's move on to who's the favorite for Kansas. Last season, I won there, the only race at Kansas. That was my first career Kansas win, but yeah, but Wild, he finished second there. But yeah, we're going to see if we can get that top line working. So then we can see some things interesting. But we did not record Talladega, by the way, because I was racing, so I couldn't record it. And unfortunately, Austin didn't record it either. He left before the final restart. So, yeah, that's all. But, yeah, I say, here's my top 3 favorites for this race. Wild, Vince, and GHT. My top 5 overall will be Walla and Fishy. Those would be my top 5. But, yeah, that Cam, I would have to say 6. It's the server's high-speed track since Talladega. But overall, like, a speedway type auto club. It was mostly dominated by Wild, Wall, and Cam. So you might want to watch out for those guys. So yeah, so that's all for today. And we will see you guys 2 weeks from now. We're going to do playoff predictions in a few weeks' time. Here entering Daytona, not Talladega. But yeah, thank you for watching, and goodbye, everybody.